and Dr. Hani was also very young. So even at one point of time, he declared me as Asif Al Banna also. So mashallah, we have a great respect and love because Dr. Hani started Islamic Leaf as a very small plant or maybe even a seed, and now mashallah it's a grown tree and the tree is still growing. So I will request Dr. Hani Albanna to speak with Islamic Leaf Pakistan team. Doctor, currently we have total 600 plus people and in around all the offices.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Thank you for inviting me, coming back to me. Because you invite me to me. Me and me is you and you. You got it? When you invite me to come to talk to you, I feel that I'm talking to myself. Because I feel that I have no difference to you. I'm not different to any one of you. I've been one of you, and I will always be one of you. Because Pakistan is one of the two countries which taught me a lot in this 40 years journey. This 40 years journey, I learned a lot from you people. So I am in debt to all of you, and to the people before you, and to the people after you. Because you are the teachers. You suffer and we tell your story. You suffer and we talk about you. You suffer and we don't feel your agony. You suffer and we make movies and drama about you people. But we cannot be able to stand what you stand, to do what you do, what you are doing, and to take what you are taking in this very difficult time. When your organization becomes a mountain, you have to feel that you are a pebble. That's how your feeling should be. Don't ever look at the size, the height, the strength, the wealth. Look at yourself as a pebble, small grain in this big mountain. When people mention your name many times, you have to be very worried about yourself because you have to carry more responsibilities. People sometimes make a story about you. They don't have food and they are hungry and they want you to feed them. They don't have money and they want you to help them to get money. They are jobless and they want to be educated. That they won't have a job and they are not having any education. They want you to be educated. So when people mention your name, it's a responsibility, above responsibility, above responsibility. It's not a talk show. It's not a talk show. Say my name is mentioned in the news 5-6 times. More responsibility will be on your shoulder, you and them. Because how many people are reading about you, you have to be responsible and responsive to every one of them. So when your organization becomes a mountain, a mountain, a mountain, you have to feel that you are a people. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, when he entered Mecca, he was lowering his head down, making istighfar, and making istighfar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the time of victory, not jumping up and down. He was tortured. He was pushed out of his homeland, Mecca. He was living as a refugee, brought up as yatim. But when the victory came, he had to show that he is as small as the people. This is humility. When you deal with people, you are dealing with dreams. You are dealing with future. You are dealing with hopes. You are not dealing with numbers. numbers of boxes, food packs, shoes, trouser, shirwani, or kameez. No, you are dealing with future. You are dealing with feeling. You are dealing with emotion. You are dealing with family. You are dealing with a father who wants to make his children happy. With a widow who lost her husband. And not to bring happiness to the children. Doing two jobs. A job of a mother, a job of father, a job of a custodian, a job of protector, a job of guidance. When you deal with the orphans and the widow, you are not dealing with numbers. Never do that. When you deal with community, know that in the community there are human beings, there are animals, there are birds, there are climate. You have to protect them. Know that Allah chosen you for a mission, chosen you to be His Khalifa on earth. You have to rise up for the responsibility that Allah made the angels to make sujood to Adam. This responsibility is not an honor. When the angels made sujood to Adam, it's not to make Adam a lord or a sir or a president or a king, but to make him a servant of humanity. This is your job. This is your job. Because you are dealing with the lives of people. When they saw you coming to them in the village, they smile. You know why they smile? Because you bring hope to them. Don't ever dash their hopes and dreams, especially if they are children and lonely widows or elderly, sick, disabled people. It is very important. If you think that your name is mentioned many times, said, oh, it's not all. The names of Sahaba Karam is going to be mentioned and forever. You know why? The name of prophets, Wallah, is mentioned forever because they were tortured. They stood up for us, for humanity, for justice, for fairness, for equality, for humility, for belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His da'wah. That's why they suffered to make you happy. They deprived themselves from the good life to bring happiness and joy to your life. This is where your name is mentioned to be more responsible. I was listening to my brother this afternoon when I came about a friend of mine, very dear friend of mine. Most of you might not know him. But he shocked me when he said that he died 2 years ago. Sarfraz? Fiaz from Azad Kashmir. Huh?
Fiasa was our volunteer in Muzaffarabad.
Yeah. I used to go to his house He used to feed me with a smile. You know, the smile more important and more filling than the food on the table when the king bring it for you. He was my king. Last time I was very rude to him when I came here 2018. I was very, very tired and exhausted because I came from Balochistan to Muzaffarabad and I wanted to meet him. Even today, before you told me, I was trying to tell you, can I go one day or at least I talk to him? I was asleep in his room and while he was sitting waiting for me in happiness, but I could not be able to entertain him. I feel guilty when I know that he's gone to Allah and they let him down when I visited him 2018 in his house and I was asleep because I was very tired. I want you to make dua for him, inshallah. Our journey, never ending story. It's always starting. I'm a baby, I'm a child, I'm a teenager, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a grandfather, I'm an elderly man, and starting. Time will not stop because of any one of us. Time machine is going all the time, and life is very hard and difficult and senseless. You have to overpower the life itself by being stronger in your iman and in your belief and in your humility to the people who will take us to heaven. As I mentioned before, and I keep mentioning, the employer of each and one of us is the gharib, the elderly, the sick, the orphan, and the widow, the displaced and the refugees. Not Asif, not Wasim, not IRW. If we make them happy, barakah will come to us. No matter how many millions of pounds you have, with no barakah is nothing. With no barakah, because barakah is one of the soldiers of Allah, and it's very much needed in what we do. What we do is barakah is number one, barakah is number two, barakah is number three, barakah is number 10, barakah is number 100. Don't ever think that we achieve because we are brilliant. We achieve because we have been blessed by the barakah of Allah and the dua and the smile and the dreams and the hope of those people who are waiting for you actually to visit them, to talk to them, to listen to them. When you go to this area, be like them, talk like them, behave like them, be closer to them. And this is our message. It's not a job, it's a mission. It's not a job, it's a message. It's not a job, it's a da'wah. It's not a job, it's a life of people that you are trying to let Allah to help us to improve it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I will conclude by saying every one of us has a life to start and has a life to end. And I might not see you again. I don't know if I come back or not. But I'm very confident that I will see you somewhere, somehow. And I will listen to you when I'm in a different world about how great you are doing, or how great your achievement is. And how much dua and blessing you get from Allah. I will know. Because Allah sometimes let you, when you travel from this world and leave to another world, to listen to the people who love you most. Love is about loving others. If you love others, others will love you. If you love life, life will love you. If you love earth, earth will give you its treasure. If you love Allah, we cannot describe how much Allah loves you. So use the love, which is multi-dimensional feeling, to build the community, to stop aggression, to bring safety to people, to treat people, to educate people, support people, and tell Allah all the time, I love you, Allah. You look at the face of each one of you and say, thank you. Imagine that Allah mentioned you by name. What's your name? Yusra. And Hiba. And your name? Muhammad. Muhammad. Allah. Yeah, Muhammad. I take one name, I give the other one. He will mention him. You know where? In a place far more better than our place. To people who are far more better than our people. When you mention his name in a mosque or in a circle, or remember him, he will remember you. Mention him, he will mention you. Love him, that he loves you. And when he loves you, be like the hand that you strike with it, like the eyes, like the ears that you can see and hear, like the legs that you can use to walk with it. Will be everything for you. What he wants from you, sisters and brothers. Not to become technically highly advanced. It's good. But without barakah, without submission, without humility, without being humble, without being open-hearted to the people, all this training and others just make us robots. Does not make us human beings. And we want to bring the values back to our work. The feelings back to our work. When we started, nobody had a job. Remember, Brother Asif? We didn't have an office. No desks, no telephone, no budget, nothing. And where are we now? It's because of you, not because of us. Us are leaving. Alhamdulillah, they asked me to leave Islamic Relief. That's right. Thank you. You kicked me out. No, the time has come for the people to leave the space for other people to grow. Nobody can live forever, even the prophets. Left their place for other companions or disciples, scholars, to grow, fill the space. We can't just keep holding tight into the space forever. You have to grow. One day you have to become a leader. One day you have to become a director. One day you have to become the chairman. And somebody like me say, Assalamu alaikum. You told me to leave, I left.
He told me.
Yeah, not you. Because he was on the board with me. Huh? Tell me, get out, get out, get out. It's because of you. Huh? But anyway, I'm very proud of all of you. I never have dreamt to live for the 40 years to come and talk to people whom I have never seen before. And this is a blessing from you to me, dua from you to me, and barakah from you to me. And without you, we are nothing. Without you, we are nowhere. Without you, we can't achieve anything. Without you and the people that you serve, we are helpless. Inshallah. I love you all. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam. So if anyone has any question from Dr. Hani Al-Banna, please feel free to ask. Anyone has any question, comment? You can even ask in Urdu.
Yes, I
Inshallah
can speak
Ta'ala we can
Punjabi.
translate. Anyone, any question?
Urdu.
Anyone, Ji? Opportunity of a lifetime.
Speak up, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite you. Yes, come on.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. My name is Sohail.
I'm not sir.
Dr. Sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
My name is Sohail. I have just small question that what you have started 40 years before Islamic Relief, how is it going now? According to your vision, mission.
We started with no plan. For you, with no vision, with nothing. Just we wanted to help. Our main aim is to help. We never thought about big plan. We never thought about big vision. At that time, we were very busy doing working down to earth. By the 90s, we started to have the vision of planting the seed of Islamic relief in different European countries to raise fund more. Because we want to balance between the field offices and the fundraising offices. The first 2 offices or 3 offices were there at the very beginning is Sudan, Bangladesh, and then Pakistan. They're the 3. Then Bosnia came and others. But at that time, our vision was to go to all the rich countries in the West. America, Canada, France, Belgium, Holland, and others. This was the vision. Your vision cannot be Quran. Because one time you reach your limit. And the second generation will have a different vision. You might like it or not, but leave them to do it. They can come back to you for advice. If they don't, khalas. Your time is up. Actually, each generation has to have the vision. But the challenge nowadays is the value of the work. The principles, the humanitarian principles have been breached. The double standard of the politicians and countries. When we see dealing with this issue, different to this issue. The technology, which make it easy to fundraise, but actually you don't have the feeling for the people that you fundraise for. Money comes easy. In the good old days, we used to cry for the change, the coins. We used to walk between mosque and mosque and mosque to raise £100 or $100 or $200. Nowadays, by the what they call crowdfunding, or you get all these millions. You don't feel it. It's not painful like it was before. This kind of feeling brought people to the sector. Some of them are honest, but some of them are not honest. And they became plenty, unfortunately. What the challenge now is to tell each and every one of you to bring value back to morality, value back to humanity. You see what's happening in different regions. Gaza on one side, Ukraine on one side, and other countries, and how the politicians are dealing with all these kind of different problems. Okay? And here, you have to have a role to play. It's very important. Nowadays, we have to invest in human beings, which are the most precious asset for any community. We have to invest in research studies, we have to invest in advocacy, we have to invest in culture, we have to invest in history, to teach the children the right history, we have to invest in the right media, Okay? We have to invest in all this, even in the drama. If you look at the stories you get from the field, it becomes thousands and thousands and thousands of episodes. But we don't see it because we are firefighters. We want to change any one of us, not to become firefighter anymore, but to think, actually, to connect, to communicate, to go around, especially to make it see. Everyone in the organization. This is another vision that we need to do after becoming 40 years old. Thank you. Yes,
Any
sister.
other question?
My name is Madia Salim, and I want to ask, where would you see Islamic relief in the next 2 decades?
Only 2 decades?
Yes.
I see you, the chairman, and the CEO, and the president at the same time. I give you all the power. Alhamdulillah, it is that I see, or we see, the role of women is growing inside Muslim charities, particularly Islamic Relief, particularly in a very conservative country like Pakistan. This is a very good direction, because I cannot do it alone. In each organization, we should have young people, we should have women, we should have elderly. Elderly may bring the experience and the wisdom. Women will bring the emotion, the love, the feeling, the caring, the sentimental feeling. Should nobody else can bring it. Young people will bring the power of dynamics, the energy. So no organization should go as one-sided only. It should be a tripartite organization. This is what I need to see, not only Islamic Relief, but all the organizations. On the principles of values, I'm not very much worried about how much money we raise. Because we started from 20 pence, and over the last 40 years, we don't know how many billions of dollars or pounds has been spent. We don't know. Money is one of the elements or the signs of success, but not the success. The success is when you build a community, when you empower community, when you save community, when you protect community, when you create leadership. My dream, Sister Maria.
Yeah.
Madiha. I call you Maria. Madiha, okay. And is in the job description. I should be responsible to train young leaders with me when I am in office. Like if I am the director or the CEO or others, I have to be responsible for a handful or more of people that I mentor, that I coach. But I know that my job is not only to manage the organization, to direct it, but to bring the second generation, the third generation. And this is where we empower the volunteer system in the organization. We have here, I was talking to the young children yesterday, the orphans. They still speak English, coming as an orphan. Some of them have the talent. Discover the talent inside them by actually smiling at them, talking to them, listening to them, coming closer to them. You will discover treasure. Sister Madiha, treasure is under your feet. But we are very busy to dig under our feet. Because we're looking at somebody else who bring us the money, which is nothing. And any money come to us, Sister Madiha, is conditioned by culture, by philosophy, by value, by morality, by belief. You want to take my money? You have to do this. So quite often bend our back to the donor culture or the donor condition because we want the money. But to have the money here, the people here, if we empower them, they will reduce the cost of the operation 50% at least. This is why I want you to be an Islamic Relief, to be an organization who are actually producing generation to come, leadership. One day we were discussing it, Brother Asif, 20 years ago, said, when are we going to close Islamic Relief down? And no more humanitarian work or relief work anymore. We couldn't, because unfortunately, the number of problems and conflicts are arising. But this is a dream. But for you, keep producing leaders. Keep empowering community. Jazakallah khair. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Arsalah Khan. As your inspiration, a great inspiration for us, what was your inspiration at that time when you were starting Islamic Relief? What
inspired me?
Inspiration for you? And secondly, what value you have adopted at that time?
What?
Like value. Yeah, adopted at that time, and what you are advising to us to adapt to grow this organization?
We started Islamic Relief without any plan. Okay? What made us to start Islamic Relief, at the time of the famine of Eritrea in Ethiopia, 1983, we found that there's no organization in UK collecting fund for empowered Muslims. All the mosques are giving money to other organizations. And the media were focusing only on one side of the group of refugees, not the other side. When we went to Sudan in December 1983, we discovered a different story. That's why I said to you, media should talk truth, the truth. Or should say this, to speak the truth. We found that Eritrea is the land of the first hijrah from Mecca to Abyssinia, Habasha. And we found from the Sudanese brothers and sisters, a lot of Muslims are coming. But the media was not focusing on it, like what you see the media is doing nowadays in different parts of the world. We came back with a small idea. Dr. Hassan and myself sat down and said, let us do something. Nothing more than that. First donation was 20 pence from a 9-year-old boy, now he's a professor. And I talked to my family in Cairo because I was in the transit. And I raised about 1,500 Egyptian pounds at that time. But that does not mean that Islamic Relief belongs to my family. Be careful, huh? Be careful. Delete this. Okay? Does not belong to our family. Okay? And we didn't know what to do. But we wanted to show the people that we are as Muslims have a role to play to help the people. We opened bank account and we used to walk it from door to door, street to street, house to house, shop to shop to distribute leaflet. My wife used to type the appeals on a typewriter, which you don't see it nowadays. Have you seen typewriter? Where does it come from?
Faisalabad.
Alien, huh?
Faisalabad.
We used to have the typewriter. Even before the electric typewriter, it was manual typewriter. And the typewriter itself was manual. You can imagine how backward we were. And this is how we started. We thought, why shouldn't we have a role? Why shouldn't we have a role? 1984, talking about our role. You should have a role all the time to play. Should have a role to play all the time. This is what made us to start. The value does not change. The value of the 80s, we need to bring it back to the value of 2023. But to create new values. You know why? Because the condition, the donor culture is imposing new deadly values on us. And you know what they are putting on us. The values that they're putting, take the money, but you have to talk about this. Take the money, but you have to talk about this. If you don't talk about this, you are a radical. You are extremist. You are alien. Everybody has that, you know? The value, which they're enforcing it, and they want you to adopt it, which is against your own religion, against your own moral value, against your own nature. Even nature, even the animal does not accept these values. But because they gave you the money, we bend our back. This is where we want to go back to the same principles and the values that Allah make it to be the community value and forever, not only for Muslims, for everybody else as well. We cannot invent new values. Justice was there thousands of years ago. Fairness was there thousands of years ago. Equality was there thousands of years ago. Education was there thousands of years ago. What's new? We want to empower these values. And actually to start to stop and push back the unnatural values is being imposed on us. Thank you, brother.
We have another question.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah. Narai takbir.
My name is Sultana Liaquat. My
Sultana?
question is, yes.
Oh, what is the Sultan? Your husband is
Sultana.
You are the Sultana and your
Yes.
husband is Sultan.
As you said, you have started these organizations just aiming to help others, and now it's expanded to 40 to 45 countries. So how do you feel now when you are looking Islamic Relief today?
I told you at the very beginning, when your organization becomes a mountain, you have to feel that you are a pebble. I don't want to. I feel very proud of you and all of you, because a lot of you, including yourself, sister, in the pink and in the orange, have not seen me before. That's right? Physically. This is a success that you made, that I made. A success that you are still making. So make your mission to be lively and don't let anybody to kill it. If you keep letting other generation to inherit your mission, to believe in your mission, and to try to apply your mission, you are not dead, and you will never die. And this is what we need you, Sultana, since your name is very, Bismillah, mashallah. I need to have a grant from her, huh? Very rich. Are you Arturo's wife? Halima Sultana. Halima Sultana. So I think what we need to do is, if you want the guarantee of the success and the sustainability of organization, invest in local community. Empower local community. Educate local community and invest in people. This is what we need to do. And this will allow younger generation to be empowered, to be confident, to carry on the mission when we leave this planet. Thank you, Sultana Halim.
We have another question.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Mehnaz Kausar. First of all, thank you so much for being here to inspire us. And I just want to mention a few of your words, as I can totally understand your learnings, and as you have mentioned these life cycles in very detailed manner, and you quote Quran in your discussion, which shows your experience and your knowledge which you earned and learned from this society where you have worked very well. And my question is that did somebody told you that your smile is very good and innocent?
I was very attractive young man. and I was very well
Maintained.
they were running after me. But at the same time, I have been refused 4 times.
Oh God!
And 4 of them are Egyptian.
Oh.
They kicked me because of the mother.
Okay.
Because the Egyptian mother is very strong.
Strong. True.
The girl liked me, but the mother said no.
No.
So, but anyway, your smile will be very beautiful if it comes from your heart.
True.
If it's not false. If it comes from a feeling towards other people. When you visit these people, you feel that you love, and your smile comes out automatically, not from your cheek, but from your heart. That's what the difference between different smiles. So a smile is not actually given to certain individual. See, it's given to the people who love others and love to serve others and love to bend their back to build the community.
Now my question.
This question.
Okay.
That was, I was curious to know that. That's why I have asked. And my question is that will you adopt the same role while you are going to another world? Will you adopt same role, because I totally understand you have faced a lot of difficulties to bringing this organization and this level. Will you again choose this role to play?
I think at my age now, I have to play a different role.
Okay.
I cannot do the job of Asif. Okay? No. Not anymore. Because he has the energy, has the power. I might do a different role of thinking, writing, guiding, training. There's many roles you can play. Actually, Asif can be the runner, you can be the runner, and I can be the one who tells them, okay, fine, from our history, we have done A, B, C, please be careful. And I can be, and play another role, become the storyteller. When I go to different countries, to different communities, to different generations, and tell them the story. Telling the story is empowerment. Telling the story is making people to be confident in themselves. Oh, they have done it with no resources. Why don't you try? Telling the story to others means that it's an educational tool to protect them. Don't do it again this way, because we've done it and we failed. You don't have to do actually the same mistake again. So I could become a storyteller. I could become a clown. Seriously. You see? Now I'm learning to speak the animal language to make the children happy. For God's sake, if I come here and you speak Punjabi, Gujarati, Pashtun, and what language I can communicate with you? I come and tell you, it's a false goat. And actually, I did it in KPK maybe 15 years ago. And the men came out with the children. I didn't know how to communicate with the people. And of course, no, the KPK is KPK, and men are serious, huh? No, not like anybody else. And I started to make the animal voices. The children started to laugh. The parents and the grandparents started to be happy. It's finished. We managed to carry on by breaking the smile, making the smile on their faces. I did in Sudan. And in South Sudan, I went to them because I was singing a song, which is All McDonald Has a Farm. And I made it in Arabic and English. Is Amm Muhammad عنده غيط إيا أو. I sang this song because I wrote it in Arabic. And the children, when I came the following year, you know what they said? Oh, إيا أو. They came back. There's no language. They didn't speak Arabic, but they remember that. Keep the impression on the community. They'll remember you forever. So storyteller, when you grow, you have more confidence in your knowledge. Bring happen. Yesterday in the university of Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, okay, I was stopping, me and Dr. Raza and others, stopping the youngsters there, talking them about one thing, why, the word why. So I'm studying to get a degree of medicine. So why? Why? They said, what's why? Why you keep asking us why? Why? I said, because there's another why after why. Because why does not have an end. Well, you have to keep yourself, why are you doing it? When you achieve, what are you doing next and next and next? What's next? And why you are doing it? Maybe you had about 6 or 7 interviews, 3 or 4 individual for each interview, stopping them. That actually funny. What this old man sitting was next to somebody and asking this stupid question: why and what and where and how. You have the confidence to stop them and tell them, sister, brother, you have to do better than us. I was this morning in the school. What do you call the school?
Passport.
Huh?
Marif.
No. The Pakistani one.
This informal school.
The government school.
किधर गए थे डॉक्टर साहब आज?
Yeah. And I was there. Yeah. And we asked all the children to come out. They came. And despite the fact that the talk was in English, but we managed to get somebody to speak Urdu afterwards. But the girls remember that education is extremely important, as well as confidence. If you want to become a change maker, you have to give the confidence in the heart of the children. 1 hour at your age, at your time, could make a difference for the 100 young girls who were there with us only for 1 hour. And Bismillah, mashallah, all of them came back and spoke in Urdu. And this was something on the stage for a young girl to come up and speak, not only one, maybe 10 or more. That means that they have the confidence to come and speak in public. Thank you, sister.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Shariar. I've got a two-part question. You said you started Islamic Relief with no real plan. So with the benefit of hindsight, do you think there's anything you could have done differently or you should have done differently? And the second part, going forward, are there any thresholds or any areas you would like to see Islamic Relief cross?
Yeah.
Thank you.
If I go back 40 years ago, today, I will do the same, but with using technology. Because I cannot ignore technology. In spite of the fact sometimes I feel that technology could be self-destructive. Okay? But I use technology. Because in the good old days, there was no telephone, we didn't have cars, we didn't have anything. We used brain only. But now, I can save the time of using brain by using the technology. This actually, you have to be accommodating yourself to the time of the age surrounding you. This is number one. Number two, what's the second part of the question?
Are there any areas or thresholds you would like to see Islamic Relief to cross in the future?
I mentioned some of them before. One of my dreams, if I don't fulfill it, maybe you can do it in Pakistan, is creating the new leadership from amongst younger generation. Have to do that. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Write our own history. A 40 years old organization working in about 45 countries and more, raised billions of dollars over the last maybe 40 years, has to write its history. The history become a compelling duty on the organization because it belongs to humanity. It does not belong to us as executives. You cannot come and say, no, I don't have money to do it. Do it. It's more important sometimes than some projects. Because if the youngsters who come and read the history in Urdu, Punjabi, English, French, German, whatever language is Arabic, they will be empowered. They need to, in this very difficult time, they need to have this kind of glimpse of light and hope to stand on their feet. They don't know anything about us. Writing history is very important. Having to invest in research and advocacy, very important. Engaging, very important. We were engaging from the 90s. You know, in 1996 or 1993, you know what happened to Islamic Relief? We were registering Islamic Relief in United Nations. Myself, Khalid Roy, if you remember the name, and Sarah Saeed. Three of us went for the first time to the state, to America, to New York, to register Islamic Relief. What was actually the last few days in Ramadan. All of us were fasting. And I was junior compared to Khalid Roy. And Khalid Roy, because I came from the Save the Children and Oxfam. We sat down after Iftari, and he told us, tomorrow you will be asked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As if Allah inspired him to put the questions. I took the question from him. My beard was not like this one nowadays. Yeah, it was like your beard, or maybe a little bit bigger at that time. And when I went there, big hall, all ambassadors are there, and each ambassador is actually asking the delegate one by one a question. Yani, you stand on the stage, the ambassador will ask you a question, finished, and so on. When I went to the stage with the name of Islamic Relief, with my beautiful beard, my beautiful personal name, all the hands were up. Wallahi, all the hands were up. They're eager to ask me, who brought you here? Then they asked me more than 20 questions. I was smiling and laughing. You know why? Because all the questions they asked are the same question that Khalid was discussing with us the night before. And I was answering them as if I am rehearsing them and reading them in front of me. This is actually where barakah comes. This come back to barakah. Barakah come at the difficult time. Then the chairwoman told me, your time is up. I said, no, you wait. I was in command. You wait. I finished to answer all these questions. And the woman said, thank you, sir. Then I finished. No registration. I went around and around and around. I don't know what's going on. One of the Egyptians was there, told me, do you know how to make lobby? I said, what do you mean by lobby? I didn't know what lobby means. No, don't raise your eyebrows. We were just street workers. He said, go and talk to anyone and everyone. The 3 Arab ambassadors turned their back to me. Your name, your organization name, or put you on a roster status. Exactly. I told them, so what do you want me to do? To change our name now? Come after 2 years. When I found that there's no way but to do something stupid and funny, you know what I've done? On Friday, one of the holidays, one of the ambassadors came and told me, he was trying to be very friendly with me, Hani, we put you on a roster status. What do you mean? Come after 2 years. I went, as you are seeing a Punjabi movie or Gujarati movie, jumping on the stage, taking the microphone and start to speak. The chair lady told me, sir, come down. I said, no, I'm not going to come down. I am not going to come down. I've been here giving you all the reports, donating to United Nations 300 metric ton for Bosnia, answering all your questions. What else you want me to do? Hey, you are not chicken anymore. Roll, right, and stand. It was a very, very difficult atmosphere. You know who stood up to support the Islamic Relief at the time? The Irish ambassador. He took the microphone and said, Chair Lady, and I was still on the stage, I didn't leave my space to anybody else, because once you come down, they kick you out. He said, Chair Lady, we have seen the performance or the report or the interview of the representative of Islamic Relief, and they provide us with all the reports that we needed. And they give us donation to UNHCR in Bosnia, 300 metric ton. I am endorsing Islamic Relief. Please give a chance to our colleague to read the report and come back next Monday to put Islamic Relief, the first organization, at 9 o'clock, so those people have been in New York, actually, for the week, and they spend a lot of money on the church. But I endorse Islamic Relief. Now we want one European. You know what I have done over the weekend? No, I went, no. You see, because the brother, sister, somebody was talking about the vision. I took a plane and went to Canada.
Okay.
To discover Canada.
Okay.
And when I landed there was a storm. And the brother who met me, he said, I have not had any storm for years, and your blessing came and brought this with you. Then I came back on Monday for the final decision, and I went to the Sudanese ambassador. I told him, with the name of God, Allah al-Azim Talata, if you don't support us, I will ask Hosni Mubarak to stop the Nile coming to Sudan. He was 6, 7 foot tall, smiling. And he went to the stage and he gave a very powerful speech. The African representative and the European representative, that's why we would get the ECOSOC status. Not because of our beautiful faces, but because we put our feet down and we said enough is enough. See, don't think that those people smile at your face without having you to be stabbed in your back. Thank you. But the 3 people who let us down are the 3 Arab ambassadors, and I keep saying that publicly. Anyway.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tanveer. In general terms, in humanitarian sector specifically, what exactly we have observed, like whenever an emergency strikes, so we see a lot of funding comes in from globally, in fact. And during the habilitation phase, a little less, and during the development phase, we are looking for the donors, in fact. So do we have any sort of a global strategy to overcome with the development phase in more specific towards the Pakistan scenario? Thank you.
I wrote a document of one of my ideas is to divide the humanitarian fund into 2 parts. 60 to 70% to be spent on humanitarian response. Okay? Instantly. But the 30% plus should be spent or kept to the other responses. Because I knew, and you knew, and we all knew that nobody will give us anything after the camera leaves the scene. This is a policy that we need to rally around it. An idea can become a policy if we research it and make paper. So if we said to the donor, and this is what exactly happened to Syria. Syria, 12 years in the conflict, and since 2016, the Syrian telling the donors, enough is enough, we don't want humanitarian response fund, we want to empower our people, we want to develop the community. No, spend the money in 6 months. Nobody is interested to build your community unless you put your feet down, unless you make coalition, unless you make research papers, unless to lobby. Talk about even the localization. The 25% of the 2016 World Humanitarian Summit is not being implemented up till now. They said 25% should go directly to the local community. Do you think that the local community in Pakistan cannot use the fund? Are they what? Are they not? So the Syrian cannot do it. Sudanese they can do it, but they don't want you to be empowered. And unless and until we come and group and start to have a proper research study papers, we'll never be able to impact the general policy or the global policy or the humanitarian policy. Without impacting the humanitarian policy by look. Tell me, brother, stand up please. Tell me how many Muslim charities have advocacy department. No. I'm just asking the question, but I want to see him. How many organizations from the Muslim or Arab world have an advocacy department? Having a research department? How much you invest in research? How much of the budget? Do we support think tank to spread our idea? Do we produce idea? We don't. We are firefighters. If we stay as firefighters, we'll be forever firefighters. Unfortunately. Thank you. There was another brother who walked and
he didn't get the mic.
I'm Hamza. I think we all know in here that international media or Western media, the perception of international media is about Muslims. So shouldn't we work that to improve the image or the concept of Muslims in international world?
Well, I think, to be very honest, what I'm seeing nowadays in some sort of distractive media, I see it in one country, which have a border with the conflict area of Gaza, which are not taking any role to play to open its corridors. You know what's happening in this country? Getting like bubbles of news about this actor says something bad about this actor, and the social media, which they are actually controlling, spreading it like fire. So the people who are supporting this actor, against this actor, are engaged, distracting you, instead of focusing on the issue, which is a big inhumane issue, which is breaching all the international humanitarian law. They are actually talking about these two actors fighting one another. This is how the media, orchestrated by the people who are anti-humanity. What we need you to do, not to be distracted by what you say, but be attracting people of what you do. Okay? We are actually, during conflict in Gaza, we were a little bit late to make any response, but alhamdulillah we did it 2 days ago. We're so cautious for anybody to say something wrong, because it's an open space with Zoom. It took us a long time to convince people to come to an area like this, only to talk about humanitarian response, nothing else. Because every organization knew and know that it is very, very difficult time for everyone. Here, will you stop delivering? No. Will you stop teaching? No. Will you stop empowering? No. Keep doing this and keep even teaching people how can they learn from the history. I was invited to speak on Al Jazeera on Friday, but alhamdulillah was cancelled because another politician was speaking and said alhamdulillah, but I did not want to associate myself to him. They asked me to speak, I think on Monday or Tuesday this week. I said no, it's too early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I told them I'm not going to speak on a platform where non-humanitarian is with me in the room. This is, you want to speak, you speak, but you don't want to be associated with others at this very difficult time. Because the media love to see you just standing next to him, just even like this. Oh, they are together. Finished. And the media is ready to kill. Ready to kill. Don't have, and if you don't have the strong media now, maybe spread your message on the social media, on others, and do what you can. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Do what you can. The most important thing nowadays, brothers and sisters, is to save and protect your vehicle. Because the anti-humanity would love to destroy your vehicles, your organization, your institution. Don't let them do that by being emotional. Okay? Prophet ﷺ in Mecca, you know what he said? He used to go around and look at Sumayya and Ammar and Yasir. What do you say? Huh? Sabran al Yasir. I cannot do anything for you. They're tortured. Bilal was tortured. Sabran. Sumayya was the first one to be martyred. Ammar said the word of kufr because they were actually torturing him and killing his mother and his father. And he was crying, repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the Prophet ﷺ came back to him, said, Prophet, I'm sorry, I said so and so and so and so. He said, Ammar, look at your heart. He said, no, my heart is with you. He said, okay, if they come back to you, say it again. Because he did not want him to be tortured again. At the time, he wanted to keep Ammar alive. Because he lost Sumayya and lost Yasir. At the time, he wanted to keep Bilal alive. Does not want to be, that's here. Your vehicle has to be protected for a second phase. And for life, there's many phases in life. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. But prepare yourself for the winning day. You got it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Hani Al-Banna, for this insightful talk with Islamic League Pakistan. And I hope that will remember whatever you said. So anybody can just tell one sentence he or she remembers. Anyone? Sabah, you?
Me is me and me is equal to you and you.
Me is me.
Me and me is equal to you and you.
Okay,
you.
great.
Hashtag.
Okay, great.
I liked what he said about when the organization becomes a mountain, remember that you're just a pebble.
Just a
Pebble.
Pebble. Okay. Yes. Any other hashtag?
Prayer is under your feet.
Smile.
Prayer is under your feet.
Prayer is under your feet. Smile. Kashu bhai? Baraka. Baraka, yeah. Anyone else?
Take responsibility.
Education is important.
Take responsibility.
Take responsibility. Empower the community. ढोल में रहना. Okay. Right holders are our employer, yeah.
Brother Asif, I took the notes.
Okay, so you took it, so you have all these things. So, okay, great. So, we wish to have more and more time with Dr. Hani. Dr. Hani is here for next 1 hour, then we'll go somewhere out. So, if anyone needs to say him salam or want to ask anything, inshallah, he will be in my room and the door is open for everyone. Thank you everyone for the time, and the tea I think is ready here. So take a tea. Yeah, for the team now.
That's for me.
For you also. So Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, see you again. Assalamu alaikum.